All right, time now is 11:50 a.m. in the morning on October 31st. Whew, it's the last day of October. Goddamn. So, yeah, oh my God. I had a good sleep. I went to bed at 2:40. I wish I could have gone earlier, but 2:40 is already quite early in comparison with other times I usually go to bed at. And then I just slept until 11:30, woken up by the alarm. It's a good sleep. I think I did wake up in the middle for a little while, but it wasn't like a huge upsetting wake up. Overall it's a very comfortable sleep. Um my legs are sort of sore. My back is a little bit sore, I think. Um yeah. I don't know why. I didn't even do that much heavy lifting yesterday. I didn't even walk that much yesterday. So yeah, I usually on Mondays and Thursday mornings I work out on my bed, I exercise. Well, I'm not going to do that. Whew, so today I am going to today's going to be another complicated day. So, first of all, I'm going to biology 3, biology class, which is going to be boring. And before that, I would like to go to see a counselor, a transfer counselor. In person, which is something I've never done before. Eric's done it, Pepper's done it, I want to do it. And today's the chance, because if I don't do it today, then God knows when is the next time. So I need to leave the apartment earlier just to see the counselor. The second thing is, yeah, at around 6:30 p.m. Apparently there's gonna be a film club leadership meeting of sorts, and then at around 8:30, Thomas will call me to talk about script writing club meeting plans. So I have no time for eating food or anything at this point. Um, yeah, so the kitchen sink is still a mess. Cindy still hadn't cleaned up anything. Good for her. Um, but yeah, I just wanna say that October has been an insanely amazing month for me. It's just really rich. I wouldn't say happy. I mean, I am happy with October, but I wouldn't say it's an enjoyable October. I wouldn't say it's that enjoyable, but I would say I've gained so much, you know. I think I've gained more in October than I have in my entire life. Like, just think of it. What have I gained throughout the entire secondary school? I was in drama club, with the committee members. I got an award. I was an MC for open day in Form 4. That's it. I was judge. I was a staff member during the interhouse quizzes, but that doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, I did nothing. I didn't join student union or whatever. Um, but in October, we got the Asian World Film Festival. I'm in it. HKOS. I'm in it. That feature film yesterday. I'm in it. My relationship with Pepper is going really well. I'm really close with her now. I'm also friends with Aoba now. She friend dropped me. Like, she called me a friend, which already, like, oh my god, I'm certified friend. This is awesome. You know? That's already 5 things. What else? Script writing club meetings in person now, and I'm important now. Um, I got chosen as a spy to spy on Film 32. I'm like 7 things. Bro, I've done more this October, 1 month alone, than my entire life combined, I think. Holy shit. So, yeah, this really is my character development. I mean, I already started changing in 2021. Like, I became a lot calmer and cooler, and I'm more sociable now. I even call 2021 the year of the transition, but really, I truly changed when I'm forced to live in LA. I have truly departed from my old self. I don't look the same anymore. I don't feel the same anymore. I don't think the same anymore. I don't live the same anymore. Like, I'm a grown ass man now. Holy shit. So yesterday I made an Instagram story about like Sigma lens, because Lauren the DP has Sigma lens, and Adam, if you remember him, Adam from secondary school, he responded to me saying, "Wow, nice lens." And then I and him, we talked a little bit. I talked about my new Sony lens, and I know he likes lenses. And then I said I'm gonna bring it to Japan, and I know he likes Japan, so we talked a little bit about where to go in Japan and stuff. And he said, so he's studying Polytechnic University right now. He may be able to go to Tucson, Arizona, at some point in April next year, and if possible, maybe he can come to LA to visit me. And I'm like, yeah, sure. It's weird. I wonder. I haven't spoken to Adam in like such a long freaking time. I wonder, like, do I sound different now? Like, do I sound more personable and social? Like, yeah, sure, haha. Do I sound more normal now? Do I respond to words differently now? Has Los Angeles truly changed me? I feel like I've changed a bit. Even if you launch me back to Hong Kong, put me back in, I wouldn't say back in time, but just be with the people like Natalie. I would probably be able to, like, be even more sociable than Natalie, probably, almost. You know how Natalie's always like, oh, I got 2 jobs and 3 assignments and like 15 assignments and 19 projects, and I'm doing 14 internships. I'm sort of doing that too. I don't have internships, but I have so much on my plate. And yeah, one last thing I'd like to mention. Oh, and I also spoke to Leslie a little bit on Instagram because she went to the Griffith Observatory. I've never been there. I want to go there. I want to go to Griffith, Getty, and most importantly, LACMA. Okay. One final thing is I feel like yesterday I was almost in a trance because when I spoke Spanish to the Spanish-speaking Uber driver, it felt like too much. Like normally, even if I can speak that line fluently, I would speak it in an awkward way so that I don't come off like a alien, like a horrifying linguistic alien. But yesterday I didn't hold back. I was just like, drop a Spanish bomb. I'm glad I didn't do it in front of a lot of people because that would be freaky. Because normally I would hesitate doing something like this. But I feel like yesterday is just like I was almost in a trance. School trance. Sometimes you go to school and you would do things and say things, and then you come home and you're like, why did I do that? Why did I say that? That's a school trance. I almost had it yesterday. But yeah, it's just crazy how with Pepper, I feel like I need to finish writing the version, like rewriting the script for the version as soon as possible. For various reasons. But yeah, that's it. All right, let's do this. First time, student transfer center. First time to do it. Let's go. It's like 2:36 p.m. right now. I should have enough time. Let's do it.
Okay, so it will be segmented. They're just different.
Okay, so you were right. Okay,
So the flatworm. Which one are you looking at? That
it's nice, It's like the difference between one is like very sleepy and the other one is like, ooh, that's nice here.
filming the pizza. Okay, first time Domino's pizza. Let's go. Honestly, it's kind of underwhelming. It's just cheese on dough. It's a good snack though.
I didn't really push time or anything in it. I just.
Yeah, I just kind of record. All right, time now is 10:16 p.m. on October 31st. Let's wrap it up today. Another I'd say somewhat eventful day. Another, yes. So let's talk about everything that happened today. My upper gum is hurting. I don't know why. First of all, I thought I would be late, but anyways, I went to the college, the main campus, and I went to the student transfer center. Not the student transfer center, just student center. Just student center, I believe it's called. I went into it. It's my first time to be in it in my whole life. And I walked up to someone, there's like a reception, and I asked, where is the transfer center? And then he's like, oh, the counselor? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, go to the elevator, go to the second floor, you'll follow that woman, you'll go up to second floor. So I went to the elevator, and there's a woman walking into the elevator, and the door almost closed. And I just put my hand out, elevator. I know the elevator is not going to crush my arm, so I just put my hand out, and the elevator opened again, and the woman's like, oh, sorry. And turns out the woman's going down, so we went down to the car park underground, and then I went up to the second floor, and there's a little table beside the elevator, and one other guy is signing up, and then I followed him. I went to check, and then I went back to the little table, and I signed up. So I had my name down on a piece of yellow card, and I was going to go. So I then sat down in the waiting seats outside of the counseling room. I was there. I was waiting. All right. I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. I waited for about 20 minutes. And then I realized, holy shit, there are still like 4 people behind me. Actually, there were only 3, but there were some others as well before I checked. So I received a text saying, type S for the status, type L if you want to leave, type H if you want to help, if you need help. So I typed S. Apparently there are still 3 people behind me. Oh, John L just texted me. Wow, I am a man. No, I checked S, and apparently there's still 3 people, and at that point it's already like 3:10. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So I just left. So yeah, I didn't see a counselor today. R.I.P. It's okay. I'll see them on Thursday. But apparently, it predicted that I'm gonna need about 139 minutes of waiting time. I believe I'm not gonna have to wait that long, but still, I predict I'm gonna have to wait for an hour or so. So, all right, on a Thursday, I'm gonna bring a phone, bring a portable charger, listen to music, bring a book, whatever. Holy shit. So I walked to biology class. I was early, and here we go. The black guy spoke to me, and then went into class, and not a lot of people showed up today. Maybe it's because of Halloween. But anyways, people showed up at the end, and there's a lab quiz for what the fuck? I didn't even know there was a lab quiz. So I finished it really easy, finished it in like 3 minutes, went out, came back to the classroom, and the professor said that we're going to have a short class today. She's going to let us go early. So that's fucking amazing. So we did this lab activity where we had to look at some animal fossils and some like photos, and we just need to set up not even a dichotomous key. I mean, yeah, it's a dichotomous key, but we just fill in a dichotomous key, a table. We don't really write a dichotomous key. And then that's it. We speed ran me, the Japanese American guy, the white guy who sits next to me, and the black girl. We like speed ran the whole fucking thing, and and I was really fast because I'm a Hong Konger. I'm good at writing really fast and thinking really fast, and I was so calm the whole time. I think if you want to be fast, first thing first, be calm. Don't panic. If you panic, you start slowing down actually. So I was so calm the whole time. I was like, okay, that boom, right numbers. It was like 1, 2, like 1. If you can see the animal with your naked eye, go to 2. If you can't see it, you need to microscope it or whatever. 2, does it have like scales or like endoskeleton or whatever? Like, you just go 1, 2, and then jump to 4, jump to 19, jump to 17, whatever. So I filled in the whole thing, speed ran it, and then at 4:45, we left. Some people left early, some people stayed behind, but I left. And that's great. I'm not going to go back home. So guess where I'm going? The CMD. So I went to the CMD, which is the side campus, the one that I'm more familiar with as a film major. And the reason being is that today this morning I thought we're going to have sort of Zoom meeting. Apparently it's not. Apparently the film club leaders are going to have a bit of a Halloween party, just a Halloween hangout, a gathering, Halloween gathering at CMD starting from 5 p.m. So I'm like, well, great, I got off early, so why might as well. And then originally at 9 p.m., I and Thomas would go over script writing club meeting agenda on Google Slides together, and we're just gonna, talk about what to talk about on the next script writing club meeting, which is this Friday. So, yeah, if I go to CMD, because Thomas will be there too. If I go to CMD, I'll see Thomas, and then we might as well spend a little time doing the PowerPoint together. It's gonna be great. So that's what we did. I arrived at CMD and I saw Thomas. I saw Leslie, a Chinese girl, seeing her again, yes. I saw Theo, the Italian man. I saw Betsy. And I saw Udav, the Indian guy. And I don't know what's going on with him. He's drunk. He might be drunk, but he's like dancing and singing and he's like randomly saying jokes. He's laughing out loud. He's very energetic. I've never seen him in this state before. Holy shit. Like, I think he's drunk. But Theo is also kind of high, but that's sort of his personality. Yeah, I got shoulder tapped like 3 times. Not tapped, like shoulder hung. Like, you hang your arms around someone's shoulder. Like Udav did this to me, and Theo did this to me, and Theo does this to everyone. And then like Leslie put both of her hands on my shoulder at one point. Like, I don't know, everyone, because both Udav and Theo were kind of high, everyone else had a really relaxed mood, and Betsy looks like she's not having a great time. She looks like she just had an argument with someone, maybe with Theo, and at some point Betsy even spoke Spanish to Theo, and Theo speaks Italian, but Theo still somehow like understands because it's such a similar language, So it's pretty odd situation, pretty weird atmosphere. It was both really nice and relaxed and both kind of tense at the same time. And then Betsy bought a bunch of food. She bought like 8 pizzas from Domino's Pizzas for some reason, even though it's only like about 7 people hanging out. I've never had Domino's Pizza before, so today is my first time having Domino's Pizza, and it's all right. It's all right. But yeah, a lot of calories. I drank a can of soda. I ate this little Halloween muffin thing, and then it's so sweet. And Leslie saw me making a face when I was eating that, and Leslie's like, 很甜, or something like that. Like, is it really sweet? In Mandarin, and I'm like, yeah. It's cool that I and Leslie can still speak in Mandarin, even though I suck. But I should, give it more time. Like, practice makes perfect. And then for about half an hour, real quick, 1 sec, me and Thomas went to the second floor of the CMD building to do the script writing club meeting PowerPoint, and it went smoothly. We went back down, and then they were watching the movie Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, and for some reason only Betsy watched the movie Everyone else were basically chatting around, and we were all talking about politics. So Mateusz, the Polish guy, showed up, and Miles showed up as well. And we were all just talking about politics. Like they were already talking about like China and Chinese politics, and then I and Thomas came in. So of course, the the Chinese political discussion continues. So like Theo asked me about like is Hong Kong separate, and then I explained some of my thoughts to him. I realize like whenever talk about like sensitive things, whether it be like politics or just like random shit, like I wouldn't say personal things, but like I have a filter on, or more like I just naturally have a filter. I naturally speak in a way that doesn't offend anyone, and I'm I'm naturally like that. I can naturally turn on a filter, and it's just kind of fine. I mean, of course, Theo wouldn't be offended if I say anything. He's just an Italian guy, but like I still, I'm careful. Um, Not careful as in I'm not gonna offend China. Just careful as in I'm not gonna talk too much. Um, but yeah, we talked about Leslie said some really concerning stuff. Leslie said 99% of the people in China basically is pretty nationalistic and patriotic in a terrible way. But there's a 1%, but it's only a little. And Leslie said, "Oh, if you say anything bad, they're gonna track down your IP address." So she knows this stuff more than anyone else. And Leslie might be the closest Chinese friend I have. I mean, there's Thomas, but Chinese is his ethnicity. He's born there, but not raised there. Thomas doesn't really have a say on this. But yeah, that's that. And then it's interesting. Mateusz talks about how a few of his friends back in Poland are already drafted. And so Mateusz was also kind of on the edge, like, I'll never go back to Poland. I don't want to get drafted. And Poland is kind of afraid that Russia's going to invade at any given moment. And Theo also talked about how, Italian, in Italy, after World War II, there's internal conflict, there's external conflict, and there's the Italian Civil War. Everyone has a piece of, like, politics to talk about. And Miles also talked about how, why he left the BLM movement, because he's beginning to see how the BLM movement has become more and more authoritarian as time goes by. Like, you have to really love sex work, you have to really love marginalized communities. Like, there's no flexibility anymore. This is partially the reason why he left. So we all had a piece of politics, and Betsy's just watching Beetlejuice. Kind of, I don't know. Betsy just doesn't seem like she's having a great time. But yeah, that's that. That's that. Leslie's never going back to China again. I probably will never go to China ever again too. I mean, I wish I can though. There are a lot of amazing places there. It's just that it's politically fucked in the ass. Like, come on, man, come on. So yeah, but yeah, there's that, and then that's it. I and Thomas took the bus back home, and then at that point it was already like 8:40 something p.m. by the time I arrived. I don't know what to have for dinner, so I'm like, okay, fine, chicken thigh, boom, potatoes, boom, some spinach, fried spinach, boom. I realize I'm running out of vegetables, so that's that. And now I'm here, and my roommates, Cindy and Jacob, the Chinese guy, they're talking about love. So a few days ago, like a week ago maybe, Jacob, the Chinese guy, and Cindy were having a pretty passionate conversation, which is weird because I never see them talk. And today I get to eavesdrop a bit because they were literally like chatting in front of me as if I'm invisible. I'm gonna hear all this shit. I thought they're not gonna talk about anything deep, but apparently Jacob, the Chinese roommate, just broke up with his girlfriend. And he's having a pretty rough time, and he's seeing how this girl is going to other guys, and of course, in the time of emotional need, he turned to Cindy, the African woman roommate, who is tearing down the entire apartment now. And I mean, yeah, feel bad for him, but I can't relate at all because I've never dated a girl before. I want to add something to that. That's what I want to say for the thoughts and feelings section of this video. I want to rewrite The Virgin, but I realized one thing, and that is when I wrote The Virgin, when I was writing The Virgin, I made an oath saying that, you know what, I should write this down on a piece of paper or something, because then I can't prove that I have an oath. But yeah, the moment I have a girlfriend officially, and that's very vague, but I guess the moment a girl, if it really happens, which is a huge if a girl is like, you know, I must stop writing The Virgin because I immediately am disqualified. But the thing is, it's funny. Before I came to LA, I was rushing. Like, I wanted to finish it because I had a feeling like, oh, when I go to LA, I'm gonna meet a lot of people. I'm gonna meet girls. Maybe I'm gonna like get along with a girl or something. I'm so naive. I was so naive. So I'm like, okay, gotta finish The Virgin. And I was almost like, man, if only I stay single, then I can finish the freaking Virgin. But of course, I never had a girlfriend, and I finished The Virgin at around late January. And it's not a perfect script, and I have a few more ideas. And I realize, even though I don't have a girlfriend now, given that I have so many friends around me who are nice, and like I have people like Pepper and Aoba who are like, they are women, and they're really nice to me. I suddenly feel like I can't write The Virgin anymore because I don't feel the same way anymore. That loneliness. I mean, yeah, I felt it before, but just because I felt it before doesn't mean I can feel it now. I've lost it. I feel like, or I'm losing it. And also, my view on people has changed quite a bit. I've lost it. I feel like I'm losing. So I'm going to set myself a deadline. I want to finish the rewrite of The Virgin before maybe November ends. Or like December, but that's too late. No, November. I'm gonna give myself 1 month to finish it, alongside with all the application shit. Yeah, I'm losing it. I'm losing this feeling. It's both a good thing and a bad thing. And again, I've said this a few times already. I'm losing myself, my old personality. I was coward and timid, but also when I was really angry and cynical and hateful because I'm always alone and I feel like a loser and I was struggling to live every single day. That feeling is gone. I don't feel that way anymore. And that's both a great thing and a bad thing. The bad thing is that I will start losing my fuel for art, or my fuel for art has changed. It's not anger and cynicism anymore, which is what fuels my art. It's always like anger and cynicism and sadness. And also, I low-key, I don't like forgetting. That's my biggest fear in life. And if I forget how it feels to be so lonely and angry, that's not a good thing. That's a part of me. Okay? And yeah, I could not forget. I could not forget. Like, I could keep that part of me as a part of me, but how do I even do that? Like, But the good thing is I've changed, and this is a necessary change. If I stay being a loner loser my whole life, I would rather commit suicide. I have to change. Not only because it feels good to change, but it's because my achievement, not my achievement, my goal in life to, you know, bring glory back to Hong Kong culture must require me to stop being a loner loser. Like, I know at some point in the future, when I grow up, I'm going to be a legit grow up guy with friends and a girlfriend or a wife or a life, stable job, car, and a house. I have to be that person, man. I have to be an adult. It has to happen at some point. It's necessary. And at some point, I'll not have the loneliness that fuels my art anymore. So yeah, that's why I'm giving myself 1 month. It's good. I'm so happy. I film vlogs, like school update vlogs, and I have like my diaries in there. So if I ever forget how it feels to be very lonely and angry, I still have my diaries. If I read them, I'll get angry. I'll be able to have a glimpse of how I used to feel. I'm so happy I write diaries. But yeah, it'll never be the same. And Zara wanted to call me like a couple days ago. Zara wanted to call me because when I went to Ralph's, Zara was texting me because Zara told me how she's reminiscing the past and how she feels kind of lonely and empty now. Especially like the secondary school past, but for the first 2 years of her life in university, she never really got to question that. But now that she is in the USA, she's beginning to question, or more like ponder about the past. And she's starting to feel empty and sorrowful. And I told her, man, I've been through it, I've been through the whole thing in 2020 and 2021. The void years, I've gone through this phase already. And it's okay. I've moved on. I'm so fucking powerful now. And I guess maybe if I finish The Virgin and I lose this anger, I can move on completely. Or maybe not, because I still have conspiracies. But yeah. Alright, time now is 10:53 a.m. on November 1st. We have made it to November. Woo! Alright. So, I slept from 3:10 a.m. till 10:45. I woke up a little bit at around 9:40 or 9:15. Yes. But it's all good. Nobody turned off the aircon or cooked food or anything. Yeah, I wish I could have slept earlier. So once again, last night I ran out of time. I didn't watch Me Sang episode 15 as I planned. I didn't edit my short film at all. I didn't write my PIQ at all. I didn't do jack shit. I spent about 2 hours just editing my 2 YouTube videos. And then it's already like 2 a.m. So, yeah. Bruh. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is so bad. I have to set my laptop right beside the Wi-Fi router, and it still sucks. Alright, but anyways, I'm in my pajamas right now, which means I'm gonna do some exercises on my bed. Yeah, last night, John L. spoke to me over Instagram, asking me when I'm free, on Monday 4:30 or Wednesday 4:30 p.m. I'm free on neither days. And then he asked me if I'm free on Thursday 4:30 p.m. And I said yes. That's because he wants me to help being a casting director. He didn't say casting director, but he did say that it's over Zoom and he's going to, cast people. So, wow, goddamn, another film opportunity. Holy shit. Should I let Pepper on know this? I guess I'll mention it if I want. But right now, I don't know, we'll see. And then, Leslie, the Chinese girl, earlier this morning said she saw my short film and she said it's good. And she sent me a song that reminds her, like a Chinese song that reminds her of my short film. That's really good. Yeah, wow. So both Cliff and Leslie also saw my short film and said they're good. That's really nice and reassuring. Alright, so today I'm going to go to Film 2, Film History class. It should be a chill day. I don't got anything else other than the film class. Yeah. And I also don't have anything planned for YouTube other than, I need to upload more college update videos to catch up with the pace. But yeah, hopefully today I really spend some time writing my PIQ and spend some time sound editing my short film. I also want to spend some time rewriting the version. I really need to. Again, I don't want to come off cocky, but I feel like the clock is ticking, okay? Unless something dramatically sad happens to me in the next few weeks, which I hope doesn't happen, then maybe that sadness will inspire me. But yeah, aside from that, maybe I'll go to Nijia Market today just to buy something simple, like some vegetables. Because I will not be able to go to Ralph's on Thursday. Because on Thursday, I'll probably go to the main campus really early to wait for a counselor, and then hopefully before 3:30, I can go back home and attend John L's Zoom meeting, which means I don't have time for Ralph's. On Friday, I have the script writing club meeting, so that's a no-go. Saturday's too late. So maybe today I'll just go to Nijia Market, buy, I don't know, I can even buy some sushi for the night. Buy vegetables, buy sushi, boom, we're good. We'll see. And then that's pretty much it. Life is going well. Again, I've accomplished more in October 2022 than I have in my entire life. I got nominated 3 times in Amateur Art House Film Festival. I have officially joined the HKOS volunteer team. Asian World Film Festival volunteer. Worked on a feature film for the first time. I became a spy for Michelle for Film 33. I got my first camera and lenses. I, just got tons of friends. I think I gained about 30 followers on Instagram. I should start keep track of like how many followers I gained, But yeah, I think I gained about 30. I was at 240 something at the end of round 2, I think, or in the beginning of round 2. I worked on Thompson's short film and Alba short film in October. Yes, that's still October. It felt like 1,000 years ago. Apparently, I finished Thomas's short film in early October. It feels like 10 months ago. Holy crap. And, yeah, just people, friends. My relationship with everyone just got better. Like with Pepper and Aoba and many others. Aoba, put some makeup on her face for Halloween yesterday. You can't see it on Instagram, on her Instagram, but you can see it on the official My College International Student Instagram, which is funny. But yeah, I wish I could celebrate Halloween next year, with Pepper, perhaps. Yeah. I wish I could cosplay as someone. I wish I could experience it. It doesn't have to be Halloween. I know, people organize parties from time to time, aside from Halloween. I wish I could experience one of these parties at least once. Just because socializing, but also because it inspires me. One of the scenes in The Virgin is literally a party scene. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, just went back from Nijia. This is what I got. Gailang. For lunches, tuna sandwich. I got one Fuji apple. I got onigiri for later. I got salad for later. And then I also got a box of sushi, also for later. But right now, for some reason, my living room is full of people. Or it has 4 people plus Cindy. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm gonna wait for them to get out. Oh, alright, time now 7:56 p.m. on November 1st. Let's wrap it up today. I haven't had dinner, so I came back home about half an hour ago. I had a stomachache, so I took a shower. And now I'm here. And before I wanted to start dinner, I just have so much thoughts because quite a bit happened today again. I don't know why, but every single day, just something new happens. Some new information. I receive new information every single freaking day. And that's insanely impressive. Okay? That's insanely impressive. Like, this is, nowadays, is just as eventful, if not more, than Form 2. You know how back in Form 6, I was like, man, Form 2 is so eventful. Well, guess what? I feel like right now it's even more eventful than Form 2 because something interesting happens every day. So, let's start off with the obvious. I went to film history class. I had bread, salami, and a boiled egg for lunch, which is very not great. Like, it tastes fine, but it's not nutritious. It's not enough calories, so I'm actually really fucking hungry right now. But anyways, I went to film history class, arrived, went in. The tall white guy, Tyler, borrowed my pen because he didn't bring a pen today. And then I went in and Patrick's already sitting there. And then there is the Thai boy. So the Thai boy always sits beside the other Latina girl in film history class. And the reason why I want to talk about the Thai boy is because he has become a bit of a player, a bit of a character today. I think yesterday, a couple of days ago, maybe this morning, on JT's Instagram story, I saw the Thai boy and I was like, man, he looks familiar. Could he be that Thai boy from my film class? And of course, it is him because Los Angeles is a small place and I know this person, that person knows the other person, and that person is somehow connected to me. Like, we're all somehow interconnected. So today, one of my goals is to speak to the Thai boy because I want to find out, hey, how do you know about, JT? But that's actually not like that. There's actually way more to that story. But anyways, back to film history class. We watched a little bit of The Hour of the Furnaces, and then we watched the entire Headless Woman movie. It was really boring. I spoke to Patrick a bit. Patrick is busy with Film 33. He's doing promotion. I'm not going to tell Patrick about what Michelle said to me because it's strictly secret, though I have sort of told Alba and Pepper a little bit about what Michelle said to me. But that's it. I will not tell anyone else. And thank God I didn't tell Thomas any of that. Like, Thomas, yesterday when I was leaving CMD with Thomas was like, man, I want to know how Film 33 is like, I want to know, what sort of secrets, like what do they look for in a Film 33 script. I know, but I'm not telling him because I'm a fucking genius, man. I'm a fucking genius. So, yeah, so the Mexican professor, so I've always talked about the Indian professor and the Italian professor, but really the tip top, the boss of my college's film program is the Mexican professor. And he's on a leave, he's on a sabbatical leave this semester, but next semester, he'll be back. Now the thing is, he's going to teach Film 33. The ultimate professor teaches the ultimate film class. And Thomas is kind of nervous because I've never really seen the Mexican professor before, other than one occasion. Not seen, but hear him talk. Other than one occasion, after a film 40 class last semester, we saw a screening of a short film he directed with other students in the same college. But anyways, apparently Thomas had seen the Mexican professor talk before. And throw back to maybe a month ago during Thomas's Friday Film 32 class, and Thomas didn't wear a mask. And during that class, the other South Asian girl was mad that Thomas didn't wear a mask because it's rules. And for some reason, at that point, the Mexican professor walked into, or was momentarily in the classroom with the Italian professor who's teaching the class. And even though the Mexican professor didn't talk to Thomas, the Mexican professor told the Italian professor that masks are necessary. And at that point, the Italian professor wasn't wearing any masks either. So Thomas was sort of like turned down by that, and Thomas was scared that, oh my god, like this Mexican professor guy, he's like strict, he's mean. So, that's actually a good thing. It's a good thing that if Thomas and the Mexican professor are not getting along well, that's one less competitor for me. I know I'm really sick, but this is what studying in Hong Kong makes you. Another thing is Theo, the Italian man. So he's definitely going to pitch his scene. So he's definitely competing for that. And I asked him if he's gonna compete for DP for Film 33, and he said no. And I'm like, yeah, thank God, one less competitor. And he's like, okay, fine, then I'll compete. To DP, I'll apply. And I'm like, ooh. But truth be told, I'd rather be DP, and he'd rather be the director than the DP. So he said, oh, what if I'm the director and you're the DP? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. So yeah, that's what we're going for. But anyways, I digress a lot. Back to film history class. So the class ends. Lots of interesting, weird things. Not really a lot, but like the Thai boy somehow knows JT, the first character in my entire life in the USA. Aoba, one of the most important characters, and Pepper, arguably the most important character in my life right now. And this Thai boy, should I use it real? I'm just gonna call him Thai boy for now. Unless he becomes more important, then I'm gonna start giving him an A. This Thai boy only knows these three, so he doesn't know like Leslie the Chinese girl, he doesn't know Cliff the Malaysian guy. He only knows these three, and it's three girls that I know. So that's really freaking weird. Okay. So after class, Patrick was busy and he went off to speak to another guy, so he's like, see you later. So I spoke to the Thai boy, and I didn't hesitate. Back then I would hesitate when starting a conversation, but I'm a grown-ass man now, so I just walked up to him and I'm like, oh, do you know JT? And he's like, oh yeah. And I said, oh, I saw you on her Instagram story. And I'm like, ooh, he looks familiar, but, and then I realized, oh, he's in my film class. And he's like, oh, you know her too? And I'm like, yeah. And he said, oh, right, because she's a half Hong Konger and half Thai, and you're a Hong Konger, me, and the Thai boy is Thai. And then he asked me, how do I know JT? And I said, oh, well, there's an agency back in Hong Kong which introduced me to this college, and JT went through the same agency. Okay. And I already know this beforehand, but I still sort of pretended it. So I asked for his Instagram, and I'm like, oh, it's good to know more film people, like Asian film people. And he's like, yeah. And then I asked him, oh, so you know Pepper? Oh, what the fuck? How the hell does Pepper know him? Like, Pepper knows everyone. Or I think I shouldn't be like mad or shocked, because Pepper has like 770 something followers, and I have 270. And a bulk of Pepper's followers are probably from the film scene in my college. So the more I socialize, the more I find out people. But then those people, chances are those people probably also know Pepper. Because probability, because she has 700 and something followers. I only have 200. So she knows more people. It's just a game of probability. There's nothing shocking. But yeah, apparently, now what the Thai boy said next is a bit interesting. I asked the Thai boy, how did you know her? And he said he knows her from a party last Friday. What? What? So again, I asked Pepper a few times already if she's gonna go to any Halloween party, and she said no because she's busy. But then apparently she did go to one. And now I hate parties. I'm scared, I'm socially anxious, but I really want to experience one because it's taboo for me. And you know me, I like taboo shit. I like weird shit. I want to experience things, you know? So I low-key want to go. So Pepper lied to me? Actually, not really. But at that point, I did think, ooh, I think maybe Pepper did lie to me. So first of all, it's last Friday, which is before Sunday. And Pepper suddenly got a lot closer to me on Sunday. So maybe at that point, Pepper hadn't told me about the party yet because she's not as close to me. But I later found out another reason why. I later figured out another reason why Pepper didn't tell me about this. But anyways, before we moved forward, suddenly Aoba came out of nowhere. So Aoba came out behind us. So there's the main entrance and the side entrance for CMD. I and the Thai boy, we were just talking at the side entrance. And then suddenly Aoba came out. She's like, oh, Enoch. And then Aoba's like, oh, hey, the Thai boy, you're here too. And Aoba's the third girl and the third person the Thai boy and I also know in common. And I'm like, wow, you know, everyone here knows each other. So I asked the Thai boy, like, so Aoba just finished her film 20 with Christian, and Christian momentarily also showed up a little bit later. But anyways, I asked the Thai boy, how do you know Aoba? And apparently they know far back, way back in spring this year, so earlier this year, there's a UCLA Japanese event, and the Thai boy, even though he's Thai, he's not Japanese, he went there anyways, and that's when he met Aoba. I thought Aoba also met him at the party, because I saw Aoba also doing a Halloween party thing, and Aoba took a selfie, but instead of posting it on her Instagram, it's posted in my college's international student official Instagram. Yeah. So there's that. I don't know. Just a lot of people are just connected. And also Aoba has cut her hair short, so she has short hair now. Every time I see her, her hairstyle changes. Either her hairstyle changes, or she wears a hat, or she wears glasses, or neither, or a combination, or she has a ponytail, or a double tail, or she does some weird thing with her hair. She changes every time. And I actually really like that, and that's sort of interesting. I digress. Aoba, the Thai boy asked us, are we gonna go home now? And I said, yeah, I'll take bus number, And then Aoba's like, oh, same bus. I'm going to take that bus too because I want to go to Target. And I'm like, oh, okay. So later we said goodbye to the Thai boy, and then we walked. So I and Aoba, just the two of us, for the first time, I think, walked to the bus stop and took a bus together. And when we crossed the road outside of the campus, that's when Christian showed up in his car. And Christian's like, hey, and I'm like, oh, hey. All right. So we started walking, and I asked Aoba a bunch of stuff. We talked a lot. I don't know. I first of all, like earlier, I told Aoba I'm gonna watch Ring for the Halloween. So she asked me, how is it? And I said, wow, it was very scary. And she's like, wow, I'll never watch it. Again, Aoba wants to change her hairstyle every time. And I asked her why on the bus, and she said, oh, because I get bored. And also she cut off her hair, not really because she wants to change her hairstyle again, but really because she doesn't like the color. She doesn't like, because she dyed her hair red, after she dyed her hair blonde. So now the red is washing off, and the blonde underneath is revealing. And then her hair is growing simultaneously, so now it's black on top. So that's odd, you know? And then I spoke with Alba about, like, I asked Alba, do you like any Japanese directors or movies? And Alba said she likes Rurouni Kenshin, which is an anime movie, and I heard of it, but I haven't watched it. But that's pretty interesting. And then we talked about animes a little more, which is something I also want to speak to her about. She, so, yeah, she asked me what sort of animes do I like, and I said, the usuals JoJo, and she's like, yeah, I know. And then I said Attack on Titan, and then she's like, yeah, I know. And then I said Mushishi and Sonny Boy, and she doesn't know them. But then one really cool moment is I said Monogatari series, which is a little bit, just a tiny bit underground. And she's like, oh yeah, Monogatari series. And she's like, wow, it's so long. Like, I have the books, but they're so long and I haven't read them. So she's referring to a light novel, and I'm talking about the anime, but she knows there's an anime adaptation. That's really cool. Like, I might be the only Monogatari fan she's ever going to meet. Probably not, actually. I mean, she knows a lot of Japanese people, but still, it's rare. It's rare, you know? So that's really cool. And I asked her if she had expected, before she came to LA, if she had expected that Japanese culture is going to be super popular. And she's like, yeah, I did expect that, but it's a lot more popular than I'd expected. Like, some people here in LA know more about animes than she herself does. So she's kind of shocked, and I'm like, yeah, right? Japanese culture is like number one, and then it's Korean culture. And then she's like, how about your culture? Chinese culture? And I'm like, well, no, it's Hong Kong culture. And I asked Alba if she's seen any Hong Kong film, and she's like, no, I don't think so. Actually, last semester with Film 40, I had to watch In the Mood for Love. And I'm like, yeah. She kept saying it's a Chinese movie, and I say it's a Hong Kong movie. Okay. But yeah, we hopped onto the bus, and I sat beside her, which is kind of scary because I don't sit beside girls often. And another thing is, like, especially on a bus, I remember back in secondary school, like, if it's a girl, should I sit beside her? And another thing is, okay, if I don't sit beside her, then it's awkward. Then it's like, oh, so you're trying to keep a distance from me. But then if I sit beside her, then, like, am I being too close? If she's an American girl, like she's native LA, maybe she wouldn't mind, but she's East Asian. She's from Japan. So I'm like, fine. So I sat beside her, and she seems fine by it. I asked her if she knows Itojunji, and she said she doesn't. And then I showed her some of the images, and she's like, wow, that's so gross. Oh yeah, we talked about horror films a little bit. She says she likes The Shining because she loves the Ready Player One. And there's a Shining reference in there, but she hasn't got around to see it. And then she watched It, but it's on a TV, and some of the gross parts are cut out. And then she wanted to get off the bus for the Target on Santa Monica Boulevard, but then she's like, oh no, you know what, I'll go to the Target in UCLA. And then a little bit later she realized she shouldn't have done that. She should have left, because apparently that going from there to Culver City is different. So yeah, Alba moved. She used to live in Koreatown. There's some sort of conflict between her and her roommates, or she just can't stand it anymore, and she's moved to somewhere in Culver City now. All right. I also talked to her about A24. There's that. Okay, so afterwards, I left. I overshot by one bus stop. I walked to the crossroad, and then I walked in Asia Market, bought a bunch of stuff, walked back. Here I am. And then I've been thinking about Pepper lying to me. So I thought Pepper lied to me. And yeah, I'm a little bit mad, but I shouldn't be, because why is she obligated to tell me everything anyways? Like, we're not even that close. I mean, we are quite close now, but not that close, you know. she's not obligated to tell me everything, and I'm not obligated to tell her everything, so that's fine. But it's actually kind of a good thing because I like girls who are not open books. That's actually a good thing. But then I realized a little bit later, I looked at JT's Instagram posts, and wow. Okay, so Pepper had never followed JT until like recently, and Pepper even commented on JT's Instagram post. And then, like, wow, you're so cute. And then JT replied, thank you, bitch. And then I saw some of JT's posts. Now, JT didn't have a selfie with Pepper, but JT did have a selfie with Pepper's friends. How do I know they're Pepper's friends? Because Pepper also posts Instagram stories with those people. And then I realized, right, and now I know why Pepper didn't tell me anything about this Halloween party. It's because it's a girls' thing. It's a girls' night out. Why would you randomly bring a dude to a girls' night out? I also feel like this is one of those things that just came out of a sudden. Like Pepper never really planned to go, but then the girls are like, oh, let's go. So Pepper just went. Yeah. And also this isn't like a Red Solo American party thing. It's in the Grove. So it's it's more relaxed. I guess there's still a lot of drinking and costuming and Americanisms, which is still interesting, but it's not like the thing, So for Pepper, it's the girls' night out, and for JT's team, it's Thai's night out. All the Thai people converge into one, And also, the Thai boy knew JT from the International Student Forum, which is also something that I would like to kind of join. Because I know Antoine the Lebanese is involved, or was involved. Alba used to be involved in it. Alba said she also isn't free to do the Asian World Film Festival unless it takes place near her place. One more thing to add is I spoke with Leslie, the Chinese girl, this morning, and she watched my short film and she likes it. And then I and her, we talked about music for a little bit because she recommended a Taiwanese rock song to me, which I've never heard. Like the band, I've never heard of it before, so that's cool. But she told me that she only listens to jazz, R&B, and classical music. She told me in Chinese that she has anxiety issues and she can't listen to loud stuff. But I listen to a lot of rock and rap, so I recommended Radiohead to her, and I said, Karma Police, I think you'll like it. And then she actually listened to it immediately, and she said, nope, I'm sorry, I don't like it. But I told her, like after she said, oh, I have anxiety issues, then I gotta like flex some of my mental flaws too, like your average East Asian would. So I say, oh, I love Radiohead because their music is really depressing, And then she's like, oh yeah, Karma Police does sound really depressing to me. So add a boy, add a boy. I introduced Street Spirit Fade Out to Pepper. Pepper actually liked it on her Spotify. I introduced Karma Police to Leslie, and she actually listened to it. And I just showed Alba Itogenzi. I'm just feeding negative, evil energy to all the women around me. I am just amazing. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Cliff just DM'd me. This Thursday, okay, so November 7th, 10:30 a.m. I'm going to go all the way to Marina Del Rey to attend this in-person meeting by Asian World Film Festival. Cliff's gonna be there. I didn't see the email is sent to Thomas as well, but I don't see it being emailed to Pepper, so I'm gonna ask Pepper about this legit. Also on November, this Thursday, 2 days later, 4:30 p.m. So I'm going to Counselor right after lunch, and then I'm going to come back home, and I'll attend John L's Zoom meeting, and that is the plan. Yeah, and then when I said goodbye to Alba, I was like, I'll see you tomorrow. That's fucking amazing. Even if I don't see her today, then I'll see her tomorrow. People just boom, 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 boom. So yeah, LA is a really small world. Really interesting world. And it's small to me. Hong Kong is even smaller. But the thing is, I never really went out and branched out back in Hong Kong. but in LA I branch out like a motherfucker, like a raging motherfucker. You know, back in March I was like, ooh, I'm gonna make friends like never before. I'm gonna be super aggressive. I'm gonna be super duper freaking like I'm a menace to society. I'm gonna make friends so hard, and that's what I did, and it worked. So that's that. But yeah, we'll see how everything goes. Um, yeah, I was almost like, oh, if Pepper's like lying to me, maybe that's gonna give me some of the sadness I need to write my Virgin movie script. Um, All right, time now is 10:32. I want to add a little more, just a tiny bit more. I told Pepper about the Asian World Film Festival email thing, and she's like, "Oh my God, I didn't fill in the form yet." So she's filling it right now. I hope she's gonna get in. Um, yeah, that's it. I realized that really, like, I think I'm so connected with people now. It's crazy because not only with the Thai boy connected to the three girls, but also can I call them three girls? I think I can because all three of them are younger than me. But also I think like again thinking back to how Leslie knows the really homosexual Chinese boy. Um I wouldn't say he's homosexual, but apparently he identifies himself as a woman. So actually it's a she. Well, yeah, that's that. Um, but yeah, I spent so much money this month. I went through the spendings today, my spendings Google spreadsheet, and I basically spent quite a considerable amount of time just putting my looking at my receipts and just putting the numbers in. I lost one receipt from Ralph's from October 18th, but aside from that, I got everything in, and apparently I spent about 6,130 something US dollars this month, which is record high. And of course, it's record high because I spent so much money with the camera. Like 2/3 of that money is spent to the camera, the lens, the SD card, the textbook, and the new mouse, and also the Uber rides. So it's understandable, but wow. Another thing is, I just found out today that times 7.85 is not enough. Or more like, well, it doesn't, it's not about that, you know? I actually spend more money. So if I pay something, if I buy an apple in a supermarket, that's $2. Then I'll have to pay taxes, which is 1.095 based on my zip code. And then on top of that, if I use American Express, then it's times 1.04251 because it's American Express commissions. So now that just completely, I wouldn't say ruined, but that just changed my entire spending sheet. Like I spent the last 10 months spending more money than I had calculated because I didn't know about the whole American Express thing. How naive I was. I mean, I know that there's commissions. I just didn't know that it's every time you pay. So that makes sense now. Um, I'm also coordinating my photography class with Alba and Pepper. So let's hope me, Pepper, and Alba take the same class, photography, so we can be a trio. The East Asian trio, and it's gonna be swell. Yeah. And aside from that, that's it. Alright, time now is 8 a.m. in the morning on October 2nd, November 2nd. Yes. So, yeah, I went to bed at 2:55 a.m. and say it with me. I ran out of time. I didn't do any. I did end up doing one anthropology homework, but I didn't edit my short film. I didn't watch Me Sang episode 15. I did finish PIQ second question, and it is at 559 words. And the maximum word count is 360, so I'm a genius. One thing that happened though is my USB Type-C line freaked out. So I always use the purple line, but last week it didn't work anymore, and then so I kept using the black line, and then the black line freaked out. So if it still doesn't work today, then I'm fucked. Then I'll just go buy a new one on Amazon. Amazon fixes everything. But even so, I'll have to wait for the USB line to arrive, so my phone is gonna be packed with stuff because I can't freaking export videos and images from my phone to my laptop. Anyways, today is film 32. I'm tired as fuck. That's about 4 hours and 50 something minutes of sleep. Hopefully I go to bed even earlier. I'm glad I'm going to bed earlier than 3 a.m. But I need to be even earlier, like 2:30 or 2:15. And I'll have to set an alarm tomorrow and on Friday and on Saturday and on Sunday as well. And on Monday. All the way up till next Thursday, I think. So, yeah. But yeah, today's film 32, I'll be seeing Aoba again. I'll be seeing Pepper again, which is nice. Today we're going to film David's scene. And nobody did anything. David only sent out the script like last night. And only only showed what he needs for the set like last night. So nobody's prepared anything. It's gonna be a disaster. David's gonna be very angry and he's gonna throw a tantrum, which is going to be very exciting. I don't need to care about that because I'm the sound mixer. And I'm also feeling really cold right now. So, signing off. God damn, it's raining.
Position 1.
I do have your number. Alright, so time now is 5:40 p.m. on November 2nd. And I just came back home about 15 minutes ago, and let's talk about today. So, surprisingly today is not that eventful. I mean, yeah, shit did happen, but it's not as, I guess, fruitful as the past couple of days for some reason, even though usually Wednesdays are very interesting. So, I went out my apartment and apparently it rained earlier this morning. It wasn't raining anymore when I went out. I brought my umbrella when I saw water dripping down, but apparently it's pointless, and that's a good thing. But yeah, at some point one of the cars drove by the road, and I was already trying to avoid it. I knew it was going to happen, and I was trying to prevent it, but it still happened. Shit, piss, muddy LA water splashed against my neck, my back, and my backpack, and my back hair, which is fucked. So I'm gonna have to clean my backpack up a little bit later. Anyways, arrived at film 32, went into the class. I was about a couple minutes early, nothing fancy. And today David is directing the scene. And it actually went pretty smoothly. I thought it's going to be trash. I thought nobody's going to be prepared. Turns out people were prepared. It's a very simple scene. So we just built like 5 flats and then 3 on each side. And then we put a table here, put a table there, add some books, put a table in the middle, add some chairs. That's it. It's so simple, actually. We spent about a couple hours building the set, and then we did some lights, and then I and Eric, we did sound this time. And it's not bad. It's really relaxing. It's actually really relaxing and kind of fun, actually. So Eric's a boom operator, which sucks, but Eric enjoyed it. But I hate doing that because I don't want to raise a stick for hours. Okay, that's not something I would do. I sat down half the time I was standing up. But because my sound recorder, the Zoom recorder, not the Zoom meeting, the Zoom recorder, and the boom mic, it's connected, and then the recorder connects to a headset to Eric, and then it connects to a headset to me. We're always connected. So when Eric moves, I move. When I move, he moves. And people were laughing at us. Liana was laughing at us, and Liana also laughed at Pepper for not being able to like connect the flats. And Pepper told me in Cantonese out loud, which is really cool because nobody figured that out. Yeah, I actually asked Pepper if she knows JT, and she's like, "Yeah, you've been stalking me?" And I'm like, "No, I saw you on JT, or I saw that you commented on JT's post." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I met JT," and apparently one of Pepper's female friends is Thai, and then she has a Thai group, and that's how they all somehow met up at the Grove at the Halloween party. So there's that. And then I told Pepper about the Thai boy a little bit later, right before we had lunch. So we had a lunch break at around 12:30, and we had a lunch break at 12:30, and we had an hour, and we went to the same cafe again. But this time we fucking know that the cafe is gonna take an entire century to cook our food. So we ordered it online before we went there, about 10 minutes before we left, which is smart. Wrong, it's not fucking smart. So we ordered it online, that's cool. And so today we also had actors with us. So we had this Chinese American guy whom I've seen a couple times but never spoke to him before. I finally spoke to him today. He's Chinese American, first gen, and his parents are from Wuhan apparently. And then there's this black girl. So this young black girl followed us, and then Yulia, the Russian girl, also followed us for some reason. The Russian woman. So except she ordered food from Cafe Bergamo, not Cafe Bluey's. So she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." So we drove to Cafe Bluey's already, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." So then Eric drove Yulia to Cafe Bergamo to pick up her food, and then we came back and we're still waiting. So we arrived at Cafe Bluey's at around 12:50, and we waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited until 1:30. Holy shit, it took so long, and even the waiters themselves realized, holy shit, why are we taking so long? These 6 kids are just waiting for us so hard. So yeah, that's that. There was a very weird moment. So the black girl is from Maryland, and she came to LA to study college, I believe, or just for 1 semester. I don't even know, but she's studying English and theater, so she's actress. She wants to be an actress. She's doing acting. And she asked Pepper where she's from, and Pepper's like, "Oh, we're from Hong Kong," referring to me and Pepper herself. And then the black girl asked us, "Do you know each other?" And we're confused. As in, like, do we know each other before we came here? And then the black girl asked, "Are you two, like, just friends, or..." And then she's like, never mind, I'm not gonna ask that. So yeah. Another bomb is dropped. I guess the biggest bomb today is when we came back from lunch, it was already like 1:40, and for about the next 5 minutes, I chowed down half my chicken sandwich and some of my fries, and then David came out of the building telling us to go inside. David wasn't mad. He's just like, come on, go in now. So I didn't finish the fries and the chicken sandwich. I just left it. Michelle was here. So Michelle, the Persian Latina, she's here, and she's like, "Oh, Enoch, my favorite person. What's going on?" And she's like, "Oh, David's directing, right? Oh, that's the guy you warned me about." And then after that, Hanata, the Brazilian girl, and Alba, the Mexican girl, also respectively showed up. And then there's another guy called Erwin. I don't know what he's doing here. I've never seen him before. But they're here to scout for people for Film 33 PAs. So yeah, I and Eric immediately plugged back our sound recording stuff, and we continued. At some point, Citlali, the Aztec American girl, the Aztec Mexican American girl, dropped a bomb. So apparently, Citlali is very talkative, and she goes around talking to people, stuff like that. She knows a lot of stuff. So when Hinata, the Brazilian girl's around, Citlali started to be a little hush-hush with Eric. What's going on? So I overheard them a little bit, and apparently Eric was in a relationship with Hinata. And then Citlali asked Eric if it's okay to tell me, and Eric's like, yeah, okay. So Citlali told me that apparently last semester, Eric and Hinata hung out like 5-6 times, and it was a lot of fun. At some point, Hinata asked Eric if he wants this to be an official thing, like an official relationship. Eric considered, because he is not sure. And he considered so much. He took such a long time that Hinata just gave up. Fine. You don't want to be in a relationship with me. Fine. And then she just left him. But it's all good because they're still friends. They still joke around with each other. But apparently there's that. And this isn't shocking because I kind of could tell that Eric and Hinata are strangely intimate with each other during Film 40, but then they suddenly stopped being intimate with each other. I could kind of tell, but yeah. I guess there's that. I don't know. This makes me think love is so complicated. I feel like in the world of love and relationships and romance and all that stuff, if there are 100 steps, I've probably only taken 0.000001 steps. Like, I still have so much to go, as if I'm going to go anyways. So it's kind of scary, really. And that's a good feeling. It's kind of concerning, but it's good because it's fuel for my writing. I want to finish The Virgin, and that's a good inspiration. All right. Halfway through the shoot, we tore down the whole set, and then we only used a spotlight in front of a gray wall, all black, and we filmed that part, and it was so cringe because one of the actors did not show up, so Pepper has to replace that actor, and Pepper was so nervous. I could literally see her shake. Her hands were shaking, I could tell, and I feel really bad for her, and the lines are so shit. But yeah, there's that. After class, I wanted to leave with Pepper, as usual. And Pepper said goodbye, but she's not walking out the door. She's walking up the stairs. And Pepper's like, oh, I'm gonna write my essay. Bye-bye. Pepper just dismissed me and left me. And I don't know what to say to that. I guess it makes sense. Again, she's not obligated to tell me everything. So she doesn't have to tell me, oh, a little bit later today I'm going to go write an essay. But also, I don't know. I feel like I'm just a little paranoid because I know Connor, the Macanese guy, also are in CMD around at the same time on every Wednesday. So maybe Pepper will see him without telling me. Fuck. Maybe did I do something wrong? Did I piss Pepper off? Because I know I and Pepper got pretty like we trust each other a lot more after Sunday. But then now it just feels like it's back to square one. Not really square one, back to the last square actually. But it's actually fine. I'm not even like scared or concerned or worried or anything because I know for a fact that at some point I'll see Pepper again. We're still heavily intertwined with each other's lives, with HKOS, with the film festival, with the feature film, with everything. We're still heavily intertwined with each other's lives. So it's fine, but I realize like maybe Pepper treats me as a good friend. Maybe not. Maybe Pepper just treats me as a regular friend. I don't know. But that's probably all there is. So, that's that, really. But then again, that's also low-key a good thing because I am receiving inspiration for writing. And that's pretty much it. I stayed behind with Eric, Hinata, Robin, the German guy, this Erwin dude, a little bit, and Jonathan, the big Latino guy. I finished all my fries and my chicken sandwich, and then I left. Christian and Alba had a conversation. I ended up picking up the IG of the Chinese American actor. I wanted to, if given the opportunity, pick up the IGs for Hinata and Alba, but I never got a chance to. It's fine. I'll see them again. And then I left, alone, listening to music, taking the bus. That's it. I'm here. Yeah. Don't know what to say. I'm gonna see a counselor tomorrow because I've received some pretty confusing and concerning information about CSU application. Apparently I need to take an art history class and it's required. What the fuck? Since when? So yeah, I'm kind of scared. We'll see. I'll speak to a counselor tomorrow. Quick update here. Yes, Connor did see Pepper. I just looked at Connor's Instagram. Yep, that is indeed true. Connor and Pepper are hanging out together. I think one interesting thing would be that I've never really made an Instagram story where Pepper's in it because I'm scared people would give a wrong impression. But I guess someone as extroverted and as careless as Connor would do that. And that's, I wouldn't say it's a good thing or a bad thing. I just say that we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know if Pepper would mind or not because I know that I have made Instagram stories before and I and Pepper are in a similar place, and Pepper would not make the same, a similar Instagram story because people would put two and two together and think, oh my god, they're together. But what Connor just did is even worse. Pepper's literally inside his Instagram story, in like a GIF, in like a boomerang or something, which is fucking stupid. Alright, time now is 8:09 p.m. I have 3 tiny updates, actually 4. First of all, I am not feeling great. I'm tired. I almost fell asleep just by sitting here. I was gonna start cooking my meal until I realized that aside from the square spatula, all the other kitchen utensils have disappeared. And I'm like, what? Did Cindy sell them all? So I asked Cindy, where are the spatulas? Where's the spatula? And she said, I sold it. And she said, you could have bought it from me. But you didn't. So now they're all gone. So I only have a square spatula. Thank God I still have the square spatula. I should have bought it from her, I guess. But, I guess I'll have to buy my own. And I'll have to get by with one fucking spatula. Kill me. Next on the agenda, I forgot to mention that during the shoot today, Leo, who's the white guy with circular glasses, spoke with Seedlali. and they were talking about like China and Chinese politics, and then I like swooped in. I was like, ooh, someone's talking about China, and they're like, ooh, uh-oh. And then I'm like, oh, it's fine. I hate the Chinese government too. But what Leo was really talking about was how China isn't really a threat to USA, so people shouldn't care as much, or at least the news shouldn't exaggerate this. And to that I responded, well, they're a threat to me, which is like, it's only a few places and only a few situations where someone's talking about how a country's not a threat to their country, and I say, well, they're a threat to me. So there's that. Next thing you know, my mom made a Twitter account, and the first thing she followed is the Hong Kong Observatory, and the next thing she followed is me. She somehow found me, and that's a huge fucking problem because I'm even worse on Twitter than I am on Instagram. Like my my hatred against the CCP, and I like hentai and like models, like cosplay models who are not safe for work. I like them, and I would swear a lot in my tweets, and I would tweet about my own personal life. There's no way, no fucking way that my mom's gonna follow me. So I blocked her and unblocked her. So I soft blocked her. Apparently, you can do that. Alba suddenly DM'd me about 10 minutes ago saying that this Friday is going to be day 3 of her shoot, and it's going to go from 3 p.m. and 7 to 7 p.m. But here's the thing, I have script writing club meeting from 5:15 to 6:15. Now I can help her before and I can help her afterwards. It's totally fine, and I would love to help her. But another thing is, she asked me if I could bring my camera because Karen, the Russian guy who's her camera operator, is busy that day. And as much as I would like to help Alba, I don't like it when people use my stuff. But hey, it's fine. It's Alba, and I'm gonna use. She said if I use my camera, I get to hold it myself. But here's the thing: I'm not gonna be there the whole time. And while I'm at script writing club, I would not want Alba to use my camera. Another thing is, I don't even have Karen's lens. Karen uses 28 to 70 Tamron. I use a 16 to 35. It's gonna look different, and I can only go as close, as tight as 35. Okay, a lot of her shots require, I don't know, like 50 or 70 or 85. I can't do that. Yeah. So there's that. But also bring my A7 III, put it to some use. Next thing you know, just small thing. Thomas texted me a screenshot of like a hot Chinese girl or hot Asian girl of sorts, and he asked me who it is. I have no idea. I've never seen her before, and so I said it's likely a scam. So she's like, "Oh yeah, probably." That's it. Thomas is a noob, and I'm a little bit pissed that Cindy sold all her shit, but I could have bought it from her, but I didn't. And now, I guess I never bothered because I never expected. I thought she's going to sell the furniture. I didn't think she's going to sell literally everything, including the fucking spatulas. And I need that shit, okay? So now I'm going to start brainstorming what sort of stuff I need because Cindy's going to leave next week, which is actually kind of a good thing because then I'm going to wake up and I'm going to wake up naturally. Cindy's not going to turn off the aircon, and I won't ever have to worry about insane noise and her bringing men into the apartment all the time. I will not miss her, and I will not get her Instagram, and I will never see her again. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's that. I'm gonna cook dinner. It's rice, beef bits, and gailan. Okay, that's my rice cooker. Another thing is, you know what? Let's just wrap it up today. I'm gonna try to be vague here. I will never be ready. Whatever I'm looking for, I will never be ready for it. And I and it's a good thing. But what I want to say is I don't know. I don't know. So at some point I realized that I'll never have the same feeling towards anyone as I have towards Mary. Like Mary is probably the only person in the world who can make me feel the same feeling again. And that's partially because when I met Mary, I was young, but now I'm old and I'm mature, and I look at the world and I look at the society and people in a more mature ways. Thus, I don't, you know, feel mysterious feelings anymore. And if I see Mary now, Mary will probably act really normal as well, being all nervous, messing up, joking around, being all haha. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Like today, I overheard Citlali talking about like relationships, and she said, "I've never had a relationship for more than 6 months." And then, and she was discussing with Robin, the German guy, and she was like, if it's more than 6 months, then you're gonna do it, right? And by do it, I don't know if it means like, you know, or simply officially dating. Um, I think it's the latter. But I'm ashamed to say, I not only have I never crossed 6 months, not only have I never passed 6 months, I've never even passed one day. I've never even passed a minute. I've never even dated anyone, and I'm like 20. And I'm ashamed to talk to people about this because then people will ask me, and then I have nothing to say because I have no experience. Um, so yeah, I don't know. But it's true if 6 months is all it takes for people to fall in love with someone, it takes 4 years for me, or actually 3 years, if you think in a way, when I saw Mary the first time until when I actually understood how I feel for her. That was about 3.5 years. It took me 3.5 years. Like, I just don't trust people. I think it's partially because of my personality, because I'm picky, but also because it's sort of a defense mechanism. Like, after, after being rejected so many times and after being ignored so many times, I generally have sort of reservations when I meet people. Yeah, I'm happy and I like hanging out, but I'll never really truly reveal my true self because I'm afraid they'll reject me. And I'm afraid of getting into relationships, no matter if it's friendship or whatever, because I'm afraid to lose people because that has happened to me many times already. So what happens is I'm not the kind of person who's like, oh, you know what? Let me date you. I can't do that because I'm not a people's person at the end of the day. I have serious trust issues. So, I mean, man, like sometimes I just don't understand. Like some skinny idiot. Yeah, I'm a skinny idiot, but some other skinny idiot would somehow get a girlfriend. And it's just weird because, like, what's so appealing about him? And then there's me who's also skinny idiot, but then that skinny idiot can get a girlfriend, but I can't, you know? And I just don't understand, like, what's the thought process behind this? Like, do they one day just realize, man, you're so cool, and then they just randomly decide it? Because I can't, it's not an easy decision for me. Or not like a decision to date, more like decision to fall in love. I don't fall in love with people because I'm scared of most of them, you know. So, we're not scared, but like, I'm anxious about socializing with them. So it's 10 times more difficult for me. So, I guess that's that.